What is up guys, Cardite here, and today I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be going over the Dexdorugoramon deck from BT17. So this is like a minor update from the previous deck we did in BT16. Without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. Same as the last build, we are running the Digimon from BT7 as our Digitama. So this is just here for some draw power. Whenever a card is added to source with an effect, then you can draw one. I think it's pretty good. Just to dig through your cards a little bit more, and it's very easy to fulfill since your mind links will help you proc it. Next, for the level 6s, we are going to be running 4 of the Dexdorugoramon. This is still the main level 6 that we want to go into first before we go into the Dexdorugoramon. So it's got the ability of collision, out in evolution. You can, if you have an SOC Tamer in its source, you can delete something that is unsuspended, either a Digimon or a Tamer. And then on both players' turn, whenever another Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this Digimon. So, idea is to swing with your Dorugoramon, and then since the target is switched, you'll be able to Digivolve into the Dexdorugoramon, which will make it unspend, so you're doing an attack. And when he's would be deleted, you can go into, if you're swinging into something too big and he would be deleted, you can go into the Dexdorugoramon. So its ability is in the trash when one of your Dorugoramon would be deleted. By digivolving into this card from the trash, you can prevent that deletion. Dexdorugoramon's ability is Digivolve 3 on one of your opponent's Digimon, and then if Dorugoramon's in this card's source, or if you are Digivolving from trash, you can delete all your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. And then on all turns, whenever another Digimon is deleted, you can unsuspend this Digimon. So both of them pretty solid. They work really well together. If you don't need to delete it to Digivolve into this, you can just Digivolve into this for 2 costs, and you can still do your thing afterwards. So it's pretty good. If you're playing against a deck with deletion effects like Galmon, it'll also be pretty good. For the level 7, we are going to be running the level 7 Dexmon. So this is just here just for decks that go wide, and it fits in here pretty well thematically, so we're doing 1. Don't have space for another one, but if you want to run another level 7, like a different level 7, you can. But in my preference, I like the Dexmon. Next, we are going to be running 4 of the Dexdorugoramon from BT16. This is still one of the best level 5s for this deck, so we're going to be running 4. It's got ability of collision, as well as on both players' turn, whenever a attack target is switched, if this card has a Tamer in its, with SLC trait in its source, you can Digivolve into a Digimon with Beast Dragon, Undead, or SOC in your hand with a plane's cost. So as explained before, this is how you go into your Goramon for cheap. Next, we are going to be running 1 of the Dexdorugoramon. I don't think this is as good in the deck as Megadron, so we're running only 1 Dexdorugoramon. You're mainly using this to, for some last minute ditching if you haven't ditched your combo pieces in that need to be in the trash yet. So it's here for that. Its ability is on both his turn, whenever one of your Dorugoramon will be deleted, by digivolving to this one from the trash to prevent deletion. And then when digivolving, trash 1 card from your hand and draw 1 if Dorugoramon is in this card's source, or digivolving from the trash. Then you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with pay cost 6 or less. So this card's ability is not as useful. You're most likely going to be using the first ability when you collide, and if your opponent's Digimon is too big, you can go into this one. And, assuming you don't have the Dorugoramon in your hand, you can use this to kind of fix your hand, and then you can prevent the deletion as well. So it doesn't have as many applications as some of the other level 5s in this deck, but it's still useful to have 1 in the deck, especially if you're If you're stuck on Dorogramon and it's vulnerable for your opponent to beat over, this is still good to have in the trash. So you want to have this in the trash as soon as possible, but we'd rather have Megadramon or the regular Dorogramon as your level 5, so that's why we're running only 1. So the other level 5 running is 3 of the Megadramons. So this is here just because you can get Tamers in its source pretty easily for pretty cheap. On play on evolution, remove the top 3 cards of your deck, place 1 machine, cyborg, or SOC card to the bottom and 1 to the hand, and then trash the rest. And then when attacking, if this card has a Tamer with SOC in its source, you can delete one of opponent's Digimon with pay cost of 3 or less. And the inherent ability is also really strong. You can de-digivolve 1. So digivolving 1 is really good because if your opponent has a big Digimon on the board that you can't delete otherwise, you can swing with your Dorugoramon, de-digivolve it, assuming it's only Digimon on the board. You can then probably be over it. So yeah, running 3 of the Megadramons. Level 4s, we are running 4 of the Dorugamon. So it's got collision as well as on evolution on play. Trash 1 card from your hand, draw 1, and then if you have an SLC Tamer in its source, one of your opponent's Digimon gets the ability to, it has to attack at the beginning of your main phase. And then we are also running 3 of the Dexdorugoramon. So it's got pretty much the same ability as the Dexdorugoramon. On both players' turn, whenever your Dorugamon would be deleted, you can delete this. You can digivolve into this from the trash to prevent that deletion. And then on evolution, you can trash a card from your hand, draw 1, and then if Dorugamon is in this card's source instead, you can delete something that is 4 cost or less. So running 3, because we are actually running 2 Airdramon as well. 2 Airdramon. On play on evolution, you can play a Marvin Jackson from your hand to this card source and then digivolve 1. And then the inherent ability is reboot. So this is just here to get some cheap SOC Tamers in the board. So, but the idea for this deck is just to not hard cast your Tamers. You want to cheese them out in any way possible. And that way you can gain a lot of momentum at the start of turn because you're going to have a lot of memory to use with your Marvin Jacksons combined with your Kosuke Kisakata, sorry. Yeah. And then we're also running 2 of the Tyrannomon. This will help you throw some of your deck stuff into the trash, as well as finding some Tamers and SOC cards. So Tyrannomon, it's got blocker as well as on play. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add a Digimon and a Tamer with SOC in its traits, and then return the rest to the bottom. If you add it, you have to trash a card from your hand. So Synergy addresses with the deck really well actually. So running 2 Tyrannomons. It's also one of your Seekers. We're not running the Doromon Seeker, so the Seeker will do the job. For level 3s, we're running 4 of the Doromon. This is the SR Doromon from BT17. So our main phase, by placing Kosuke Kisakata from your hand as this card's bottom source. This Digimon can't leave the battle area other than by deletion until the end of the opponent's turn. So by having this inherent ability, it makes the line for the rest of the turn, and the opponent's turn. If they delete it, you're gonna be digivolving into your deck stuff. So it's really good. Ideally, you want to have this as your level 3. So running 4. We're also running 3 of the new Doromon from BT17. So this one is not as good. So on attack, if Kosuke Kisakata is in the card source, if one has a level 6 or higher Digimon, this Digimon may digivolve into a Dorugamon from your hand with a cost of 4, ignoring its requirements, and the ability is reboot. So the reason why I say it's not as good is because you're actually missing a lot of the inherits if you're just warping. Warping is good if you're behind, so we're running 3 for that reason. But you really recommend. Really rather Digivolve into the Dorugoramon from the BT17. But this one is still nice to have. And your Dorugoramon is also pretty good on evolution. It's got pretty good on evolution ability. So by warping, you can still pop something, unsuspend, and then do your shenanigans. So yeah, but it'll be a little bit smaller, so you can beat over less things. But yeah, it's still pretty good. Next, we're also running 4 of the Dorugoramon from BT9. So this card's ability is on play. You can ditch a card with X antibody trait from your hand to draw 2. So we're running this to just turbo through our deck. Mainly you won't be digivolving into this. If you have to, you can. But we're running this just to ditch our deck stuff and then just getting some more useful cards, hopefully. So yeah. Also works really well with Scramble. So we're running this for that as well. Ideally, if you don't want to run these, like if you want to change the ratio, you can run the Agumon from BT17 as well. So that card's ability is on all players' turn. Whenever your Kosuke is played, you can gain 1 memory and draw 1. So it can also help you draw and start your turn with more memory as well. So some people like that. But personally, I like the ability to ditch your stuff a little bit more. So running the Dorugoramon for that reason. For the Tamers, we're running the 4 of the Kosuke Kisakatas. So it's a memory setter. And on main phase, you mind link to a SOC or X antibody card. And then the inherent ability is piercing and blocker. And then at both players' turn, you can play this from source. So you really want to have this as often as possible, so we're running 4 for that reason. Kind of makes the whole deck work. And then as a support, we're running 3 Marvin Jacksons. So our main phase, by ditching 1 card with Machine, Cyborg, or SOC in its traits, you can gain 1 memory. And then you can mind link to a Machine, Cyborg, or SOC. And the inherent ability is jamming and blocker. And then both players' turn, you can pull this out from the source at the end of turn. So jamming is pretty good. It just helps you die less. But if you're running if you wanted digivolve into deck stuff, you probably prefer going into the Kosuke. And then moving on to options, we are running 2 of the Black Scrambles. I think last time we made this deck profile, we didn't have the Scramble cards yet, but now we do. So running 2 of the Scrambles. It's still pretty good because you can still start a turn, play a Dorugoramon of your choosing. Most likely you'll be playing these 2. You're probably not going to play this one because this one needs to attack. But these ones, this one works on start main phase, and this one just works on play. So they're able to use their abilities to go into your tower. So pretty good. And then we're also running 3 of the defensive training. So this is just to help search for combo pieces, either your Tamers or your Digimon. Just here for more consistency. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. The deck's pretty straightforward. You don't really need to do anything too fancy with it. You just want to blow crap up with your Dorugoramon, and your Dexdorugoramon is pretty strong as well because you can pretty much live 1 deletion and then go into this one. But that's pretty much it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you want to support the channel, feel free to use the links down below as well. Yeah, this is Kartaku, and I'll see you guys next time.